Hi, I'm Jocelyn McLennan and I'm here in beautiful Kota Kinabalu, formerly known as Jesselton when it was part of the British Empire in British North Borneo during the Second World War. And of course this area was under Japanese occupation, as was much of Southeast Asia. And I'm here with one of the wonderful veterans that's travelled all the way from Western Australia for this very historic week. And he was part of the Liberation Forces that landed here in this area of the east coast of Jesselton in North Borneo. And welcome Mr. Keith Ireland.
Thank you.
And you were part of those Liberation Forces back in June 1942 when you landed here. Gee, things must have changed a little bit since then.
Yes, there was a lot of jungle, a lot of... so it happens once we left right here in the landing craft, got out the landing craft, because it was full on those days. It happened so quickly, and then we sort of settled down until, and it wasn't a matter of 2 weeks after Liberation finished, came here, and then we had nothing much to do really but to help out of going on the landing craft ship, dumping of equipment, taking equipment up from Sandakan, dumping the equipment, and then after a couple of weeks back home to Australia. So it happened so quickly really of what transpired. Then I hurt my leg in hospital for a few days, and then later on, not long after, a bit of a hospital shift back to Australia.
Well, it was good that you were able to be evacuated out, because I'm sure there wasn't very good medical attention here in the hot heat and humidity of the jungles of Borneo.
No, it's, all I know, cut my leg and ankle, and that was 6 stitches, and that's a bit painful.
Especially without anaesthetic. And landing here in June, as we know with the climate here, June and July are the hottest months here in Borneo. Do you have any memory of how hot and humid it was landing in the jungle here then?
Well, it wasn't very long afterwards from the training at Canungra, even from New Guinea to here, very, very steamy, you know, and even from Queensland. We seemed to overcome it at that age group. I didn't, well, maybe sweated it out and that's it.
You were young and tough then?
Well, when you're 20 years of age.
You're invincible, aren't you?
And that was, 5.5 years of army training.
Yes. So you were fairly well equipped by then. Very
well equipped and very fit. So the training those days was very strenuous.
Yes.
Very good.
Keith, it's been a very special week for you this week. We've all been over to Sandakan, and on Sunday, August the 14th, they unveiled a memorial to the Liberation Forces, of which you were part of, in the park in the middle of Sandakan, and you had the honour of reading the oath during that ceremony. Tell me how special that felt for you to read the oath at that ceremony.
That was something that I'll never forget, that I looked down at all those people there. It seemed to inspire me to really say the oath, especially when I asked everyone to join in, loud and clear. I looked down there and they all joined in, loud and clear, and it was a great thing that I'll remember, and to be given the honour to say the oath.
I think it was
great.
I think it was a return honour from those people of Sandakan to honour you for the honour that you had given them in the liberation, because they certainly haven't forgotten the Australians, have they?
Oh no, I've been so well treated.
You're a bit of a celebrity, Keith. I think you're going to need your own PR agent when you get back to Perth.
Oh no, but those who are of high ranking here,
yes,
and distinguished guests who came up to sort of congratulated me.
Yes.
I was overwhelmed, being from a lowly little, corporal type of thing. Then I had that colonel coming up and saying, that was good. I said, gee, this is nice to have a colonel coming up and shaking my hand.
Did he salute you? Perhaps he should have.
No, but all the others who came up to me said it was great.
It was a very special service and very well done, I thought, by the local council that put it all together.
It was a marvellous ceremony, and to be able to put up a show. We have great shows down in Perth, but this was magnificent.
It really was a different standard, wasn't it? I think
this was a standard out of the ordinary.
The next day we all went on to, and was the main reason we came here to North Borneo, the Memorial Day service on the 15th of August out at the Sandakan Memorial Park, and of course that is the site of the original prisoner of war camp where the Death March commenced. And your feelings going to there, that very moving place, how did you feel going to the service on that morning?
Anyone who can remember those days, and then to see that, I think they can sort of bring tears to someone's eyes.
I put the sunglasses on a lot and was dabbing my eyes. It was very moving.
It was very, very moving.
Yes.
And anyone at all in Perth, if they've got the stamina to come and do this, because those who go to, say, Gallipoli, I admire them. Those who go to Kokoda, I admire them. But they should always all come to here. This is something out of the ordinary.
It really is. It is the Sandakan Death March. As we said, we all hear of the Gallipoli story, and now the Kokoda track has become very popular with young people to do the track. Do you think Sandakan Death March may become the next sort of pilgrimage that young Australians will do, that will grow in popularity?
Just to come and see the mountain ranges here, the terrain. This was something, In New Guinea, there was very high hills, but here, the mountains.
Oh, yes.
This
5,000 metres.
Especially the jungle. This is something, anyone and everyone who could come here, but you must come with a group. Don't attempt single.
Trying it alone.
This is something to have the stamina, really, and you've got to think, well, I'm going to return. And this is what, those poor six who survived, they had such stamina which I couldn't realise what they could.
From everybody, it was, especially going to the memorial at Raunu where the Gunner Cleary memorial is, and what Paul Gunner Cleary endured with the 11 days of starvation. In such a beautiful part of the world, it's hard to imagine that such atrocities occurred, and it really is one of the hidden and untold stories of Australia's World War II experience, isn't it?
Right, yes.
Do you think, it's a message to everybody back home and those young people back home, if you could give them a message, Keith, of if they're going to go anywhere in the world to experience something, what would you like to say to those young people back home in Perth?
Endure what they have here. I would admire them, but there again, if they can do those other tracks in those other countries, but to here, this is conditions which
it's all pretty much impossible to describe to anyone.
Yes, I noticed a couple of those young soldiers fanning themselves, so it must have been hot.
Well, I've come straight from England, so you can appreciate that.
Right. Well, I thought, I thought they'd been here for a while.
I know. Keith Ireland, thank you for your time today. It's been an absolute pleasure to meet you, and an absolute experience to just watch you. And as your beautiful young daughter has described, it's taken probably 10 years off you, and you're getting around like a young teenager now. But on behalf of a grateful nation of Australia, thank you very much for your service that you've done for our country and for the freedom that my generation take for granted in Australia.